Hello everybody, I am Penrost776. Welcome back. You may ask what is going on here. I'll tell you what's going on. It is Aether Raids up against us today. Plus 10 Ascendant Idunn, far save. Mila, Robin, Halloween, Grima, Robin, plus 10. Flayn, Dagger, plus 8. And Kyria, plus 10. Not a unit I've seen recently. Kyria. Honestly due for a refine at some point, I feel like. But in any case, what have they done? They have set up very neatly, just kind of in front of us here. We'll see how that goes. This is our Dark Season defense, so of course we've got Bramond here. Bramond is known for being cool, doing the funny voices, yeah. Not particularly well known for being exceptional at killing things. That's neither here nor there. Flayn, also apparent on this team. Flayn is not even at Bramond's level at the moment, but we can fix that. So remarkably there, well, not particularly remarkably, seeing as we don't really have a far save killer on this team, or well, we don't really have an Ascendant Idunn killer on this team, we made it through one turn without getting rid of any enemy units. Whoops. I'll fix that in the future, but for now, it is what it is. Anyway, turn 2, and now they've made a mistake because this team has very strong fast save beating us in the form of Ascendant Idunn. When it comes to near save, they don't have one, and Medeus is gonna do pretty much what we expect Medeus to do, as is Catria. Catria, easy to forget, she's providing the Catria. Well, obviously she is Catria, but on top of that, she is also a pretty strong melee unit in her own right. Now, how big's this iceberg going to be? Take your bets. Oh, plenty big enough. 44 damage is all the damage we needed. And now they're kind of running out of units, so yeah, good a time to surrender as any, I say. And I do say it, I just said it right now, in fact. So it ain't the perfect team, but it still managed to handle that well enough. Next up here, Dancer Micaiah, plus 2. Mila, plus 2. Lyon, plus 10. That's a regular version of him, unusual. Ash, plus 1. Fallen Lilith, plus 1. Not partnered with anyone, interestingly enough. And Dagger, plus 5. Yeah, not sure what the plan with the Fallen Lilith here is. Normally, you would pair up Fallen Lilith to get a really strong effect from her. But if you don't do that, then she's just kind of a very ordinary unit. Nonetheless, here's what's happening. Flora. And Flora, with a very high res stat, does not have to worry at all about enemy tome units. Flayn going to do a pretty nice chunk of damage to this Mila here, but Mila has too many hit points. Still, 4 blasts brings Mila nice and low. And Medeus now coming all the way down. Fallen Lilith, still a very ordinary unit, and as such, dies to getting hit. This is a common flaw in units and heroes these days. The only units you should really be tanking with are ones that don't die when they get hit. That being said, normally Medeus doesn't die when he gets hit, however, Ash here is going to charge up a special. I'm not going to forgive you. And that special is enough to actually kill him. How sad. And Glowing Ember? Isn't there a higher tier of that skill, buddy? Well, I'm not complaining. Now, they did lose some units, but they are making a pretty convincing counterattack of Akachi, nearly clutching that one out. And risking the trap, but well, A, that was a fake trap, B, it doesn't matter, because Bramon survives anyway and gets healed all the way back up. Now what? Oh? 28 damage?
Your defeat.
We can do 28 damage, we can do more than 28 damage. Watch, 37. Just like that. And Flora, what are you? Oh, no, never mind. Going round the back to take out Micaiah. Micaiah, I thought had a pretty good res stat, but then she is a very early dancer, so I guess her BST just is overall quite low. I don't remember what her numbers are. Anyway, she's dead.
Just need to rest my feet.
Okay. Atari Azura actually taking her turn next. Gets a kill with her trademark Hoo. Now it's Flora's turn, right? Yeah, that's it. That's a Flora action right there. And it's a nice big one to end the match. That is a complete victory for us. All enemy units wiped out. We like that sort of win. Alright, to follow up here. Pretty classic looking Aether's team here. Ascendant Fjorm +3, Mila +2, Peony +6, Brave Dimitri I think +10, Dagger, and Legendary Claude +1. Brave Dimitri pretty popular still. And these people really do like a couple things. One, that Brave Dimitri doesn't have fast save support. He doesn't. Two, if you isolate Atari Azura turn 1, that doesn't matter because Flayn has Old Recovery. And 3, did I mention this Dimitri doesn't have fast save support? Because he doesn't. And that's what happens when he doesn't.
Punishment.
Rip. Flayn up next, and Dagger does not have the res stat to live this one.
What? No way.
Should have put your fast save over there, buddy. I forgot that Atari Azura meant Medeus can do that. 26 times 2, I don't think that quite kills. Yep, that is the definition of not quite right there. But, well, I still think that was a pretty convincing opener. Your +10 Brave Dimitri lasted all of none. Well, he lasted long enough to get one hit in against Bramamond. But aside from that, yes, use your fast save. You've got the fast save on the team for a reason, right? And don't tank Catria balls with your face. Advice for life, that is. Now, next up, Legendary Nana, very strong. Mila, Ash, +1. Okay, Peony. Our first summer, Edelgard, terrifying. And Brave Erica, somewhat less terrifying. But still pretty terrifying, because we don't have a near saver on this team. You may have noticed we don't have one. We do not. And so if anyone just sends their melee units straight in, the level of what we can do about that is not particularly high. Our best bet really is hoping that Kanto Control catches them out. And Summer Edelgard doesn't even use Kanto, so... well. Now Erica does use Kanto, meaning she's kind of stuck up here. Oh, but they freed up the space. They tested the spot for Summer Edelgard, who now gets a chance to go in. But she's not solo. She's not solo. She doesn't get her free Gale Force. She does not get $200. She does not get to pass go. And she does get... She gets, killed by Tari Azura. The green unit. The Dancer. I think that's a pretty fitting end for a Summer Edelgard, huh? Ramond up next.
I won't lose.
Voice gets me every time. Love what they did with Ramond.
Am I not strong enough?
You're not, Erica. You're not strong enough. And are we getting a Flayn moment here? Because I'd like a Flayn moment. Yep. Looks like a Flayn moment to me, doesn't it? 1 and 2. Well, I was a little worried about what would happen if we had to deal with melee engagements, but worried I should not have been. We handled that. We handled it. Admittedly, they kind of handled it for themselves, what with not getting their Gale Force off, but we were involved. Alright, next up here, who dares challenge me? Flayn, Peony, Mila, plus 2, Dagger, +6, Air, and I miss her, so we'll go back to her. Nowi, +10. Look at that build. Now we've got a pretty good refine, so that's honestly a relatively scary looking build, don't you think? And she's blue as well, which is kind of not the bestest colour for us to kill, all things considered. Let's see who's going in there first. Well, Flora's getting danced. It is Flayn up first. Flayn going for 0 damage. Probably not a good sign, because if any of our other units could kill, they would have. So the fact that that's not happening means, yeah, Bramwell's going to get some decent hits in here. Serenading those two, lovely, but then the Aether going to heal Nowi most of the way back up. But Bramwell lives. Remarkable. Medeus next. That's a solid nothing right there. And how big's this Aether going to be? Wow, that is pretty strong. In fact, just strong enough to take out Medeus. Nowi out-rezzing him, meaning he's not getting any of his fancy damage reduction. Bramond on 1 hit point, now on 0 hit points, but are they gonna deal with anything else? No, they're just going to set up in range. Catria. Maybe shouldn't have left Nowi in range of the green unit, taking some pretty sizable damage. She is going to get another Aether off here, however. So again, a pretty big heal, 12 hit points. But now Catria 2, the sequel to Catria, and that is decisive right there. 40% damage reduction ain't going to save you from that one, and now your units are exposed. Well, okay, didn't get much of a follow-up after Nowi after all, but I'm guessing Nowi was the crux of that person's strategy, and, well, we wiped him out. So yeah, if you lose your Nowi, you lose the game, I guess, is the thing here. Ash next, +10. Ooh. Mila, +10. Yep. Yuri, +1. Okay. Not a full whale team then, but very high mythic merges. Peony, nothing. Roy, Harmonic Roy, +1. And Ascendant Leg, a +10. Okay, so Interesting investments here. High Merge Mila, High Merge Ash, I understand. Not sure why they went for the units they went for, but they did go for testing that trap and getting Canto controlled. Luckily, however, one space of Canto control means they can just about get the heck out of there with what they had left. Now taking the same battle again. Flora benefits from a lot of damage reduction here, but a lot is not quite enough. Nonetheless, Canto Control doing its business, the enemy running away, and actually using Yuri to run away quite successfully, I dare say. Luckily, this is, or at least I hope it is, where our secret weapon comes into play. That's right, Medeus, who can run free spaces. And run free spaces he shall, Yuri in his crosshairs, and Yuri has been eliminated. And, well, seems like this was, well, they've got pretty high mythic mercies. It's understandable that they're going for a high score here. Not gonna take a battle with units lost. So we get another surrender. Now, who's next? We're looking here at Ninjarian +1. Alright. Mila +3. Again, they like going for my Hatari Azura here. Dagger +4. Florina, the new Ascendant Florina. Ash +4. And Fallen Edelgard +3. Pretty decent merges all around, but it is Florina who isn't going in first. I lied. Well, I didn't lie, I didn't have the time to lie, but I was about to lie. What do you think the play is here? Some kind of ranged strategy, or Fallen Edelgard, or are they just leaving Mila in the middle here? They're just leaving Mila in the middle. Got it. Let's see how that one works out for you, boss. My current prediction is not particularly well. That's a dead Mila. And not only is it a dead Mila, in fact, we have the ability to follow up here with more dead units. Dagger out of the picture. Can we keep going? No, we can't, but that's still a pretty decent opener. Going with Ash here, not the Fallen Edelgard. Interesting choice. Oh, never mind. They can still go in with the Fallen Edelgard. Less interesting choice. I forgot that Ash let you teleport around like that, and then surrendering. Did they change their mind halfway through the turn? Guess they did, because either that or they couldn't get one of the kills somewhere. I don't know. Anyway. It's a win. It's a win. It's a win. The next battle here, and we are looking at Idunn, Lucina, Valentine's Lucina, Dagger +1, Letizia, Peony, and Air, all unmerged. Letizia going straight in, actually. Picking a fight with Flora. Flora has a lot of res, but still taking damage. That's because Letizia is a very strong unit. Now the next move, pulling out Peony, and because they use all their movement, able to get Canto on the second move there, nice and far out of range. This being said, they didn't manage to make any lasting damage stick there. All got healed back up. However, you see what they're doing here? They're staying out of range. That means we're gonna have to go to them. You know what happens when we've got to go to them? Well, we kind of go to them a bit, but not very much. So now, they have the opportunity to take more pot shots at the team, and unfortunately, Catria has left the protective bubble of our picnic flora, which is kind of sad because we kind of needed Catria. Kind of the crux of our strategy, honestly. Because now, yeah, without Catria, they can just do Saveball things, and well, what did you expect? It's Ascendant Idunn. She's got plus 24 res from somewhere. She's still got plus 24 res. It hasn't changed. Alright, Medeus, can you do any better? Yes, but not by much. Especially since Lucina, speed-based damage reduction, only taking 6 damage there, and pretty big follow-up means Medeus is no longer involved in this match. Next up, Idunn slaying Bramamond. Oh no. And then the rest of the team too far away to help. Now the only question is if they've got a strategy for bots or not. Leaning vaguely towards they do, because they can just leave Flayn alive forever and let her ping off Idunn like that. Everyone else, though, is going to charge in head first, and
A token of my gratitude.
well, Edelgard's going to get Ignis. He does survive, Edelgard having a whole bunch of stat.
Allow me.
The iceberg actually dealing some decent damage to Idunn, but unfortunately, Idunn has an iceberg of her own, and plus a plus 25 res. You saw that. You saw that. And pretty much the same story here with Atari Azura, dealing some damage, but again, big old iceberg. Send Idunn very, very strong unit. Now, 2 turns left to get pots. Can they manage it? Well, looks like they're taking Edelgard out straight away. But there's one pot. And blocking in Flayn to stop her from going from Letizia up top means that, yes, they have successfully acquired pot. And, well, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the game. Guess that's what I get for not bringing my blue save killer along this season. I get blue saved at. Well, still, they did a pretty good job of hidden running in the opening turns there, so they pretty much deserved that victory, I think. They played well. They played sensibly, at least. Didn't make any mistakes. Now, following them up, what have we here? A 5-unit team. Mila +4, Azura +3, Lilina +4, Valentine's version, Legendary Nana +2, and Peony at +1. Not sure why you're running a 5-unit team on this season when you got Nash for free, but well, maybe you want more space or something. I don't know. In any case, the opener seems to be isolating Atari Azura and going up the right side here. Are they aiming for our healing tower? No, they're going straight for Picnic Flora, and Lilina has numbers that are far too large, and so there's not really much we can do about them. However, can they actually get out of this one? They can kind of get out. Do they have enough? I'm leaning towards maybe they're not. Maybe they are. maybe they're not. Alright. Final consensus, no, they are not. I'm glad I left it up in the air like that. Only one unit down for now. They can probably still do some serious damage with this Lilina, yes. And in fact they have done. Very large numbers. And they are backing away. Bizarre decision. Well, I guess not any more bizarre than going in, but I guess it makes sense if you think you can tank Katari Azura at range, which you can, because you have a very big number attached to your unit, then why not do that? On the other hand, not as if we're out of surprises yet. Teleportation, buddy. Your Lilina is safe. Your Azura, on the other hand, is very much not. And, well, after we defeated that child, they have given up. I guess losing 2 units was for threshold for them. And last up here, what do we have? We're looking here at Air, +9. Flayn. Full Edelgard, +8. Ascendant Fjorm, +1. Dagger, +10. And Mila. So what's that going to be? Are we doing it this way? Okay then. Let's see who goes in. Is it going to be Flora? Yep, it is. Flora. This is a thing that Flora is good at. Although apparently maybe not good enough in this case. Ascendant Fjorm allowed to live with some semblance of hit points remaining. You better fix that. Deus next sparring with Edelgard, a near save for an Edelgard, by the way. Pretty interesting. Does not kill Medeus, but takes a pretty decent chunk out of the guy. And Fjorm going to finish him off, only barely though. That very nearly didn't. Now they've set up again. They lived 1 for a combat. Can they do a second? This one has an iceberg involved.
Princess Leyor.
They don't survive that. And Azura, again today, going into attack position, taking out the enemy Flayn in a battle of supports versus supports. Atari Azura may be a dancer, but she hits pretty dang hard. Hard enough that it can actually be a problem for the 5 damage rule. But, well, in this case, it was hard enough to win that fight. And Brownwand next as well, going into Dagger. And this is a Dagger deleted from this game. And we still have a dance, by the way. Where's Brownwand going? Over here. Over here's as good a place as any. Right, can we wipe out this fallen Edelgard as well, just for good measure? You bet we can. Oh, that's pretty satisfying. Well, 2 units left alive, but as far as units go, they're not units that are going to win this, because our last foe here is just surrendered. All in all, I think that went pretty decent. Maybe we've done with a little more offensive units on that, seeing how we got a little walled out there by Ascendant Idunn earlier, but we can fix that. just thought I'd keep Flayn around today because, you know, having damage reduction is nice. Everyone loves damage reduction, don't they? Do you love damage reduction? I love damage reduction. Anyway, thanks all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Penros out.